Okay. Pinaki Mishra?
If
Arnab, I just want to repeat what I said earlier, and I think that really is the bottom line. This is a bitter pill, but it is a bitter pill that needed to be administered perhaps. It's a bitter pill that the Supreme Court has, I think, advisedly administered to our body politic, to our industry, to everybody. It's a wake-up call that in future we have to be very, very careful in the way we proceed forward. So therefore, in that sense, today's judgment was a bitter pill which was needed to our system. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, I take your point. What happened to zero loss? Mahesh Jetmalani, Ranjit Kumar, welcome to the debate. What happened to zero loss? The whole zero loss argument, Ranjit Kumar.
Well, according to me, the Supreme
Arnav,
Court
can I make this last point? I have to go to the
come to
channel.
the conclusion.
Yeah.
Arnav,
Just Ranjit, after just brief word after Ranjit
I
Kumar.
have
1
to
second.
go to the channel. Will you just allow me the last comment?
Okay, last comment to Ravi Shankar Prasad. Then I come to you.
Ranjit, just a minute. I have to go to the channel. This zero loss was a very eloquent argument made by Mr. Kapil Sibal when he almost thrashed the CAG on the floor of the parliament. All of us know that. Would Mr. Kapil Sibal at least now do some repentance by making this sweeping comment when the CBI itself has found thousands of crores loss? And today, the constitutional body like CAG, and we need to appreciate the CAG's recommendations and all the infirmity have found its echo in the Supreme Court judgment that the entire 2G allocation was completely wrong from the very beginning and also was maliciously corrupt. That is important. Therefore, in that way or no, my parting shot is that it is also a vindication of many of the constitutional bodies of the country.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Ranjit Kumar.
Yes, what I was saying was that the Supreme Court judgment categorically lays down the fact that there has been a loss in the giving of licenses after the 10th of January 2008 circular. So therefore, the factum of somebody saying that there was no loss, the telecom minister saying that I have gone through the entire documents and come to the conclusion and holding a press conference that there was no loss is entirely wrong. Ravi Shankar has already said what I wanted to really say, but I am just saying that the CAG is right in saying that there is loss. The CBI has already said in its charge sheet that there is loss. So the judgment is quite clear on the loss aspect.
Okay.
There is no way to say that there is no loss to the exchequer.
Mahesh Jetmalani.
That is why there is going to be fresh auction, and we will know in 3 months' time in the fresh auction what takes place and what will be the value received.
Mahesh Jetmalani, 2 quick points to you. One, Supreme Court seems to have given an oblique clean chit to the finance minister. That's what I find out of reading one particular part where it says the finance minister was not consulted. You agree with me, I'm sure, on that. Secondly, Mr. Jetmalani,
no.
In the plea demanding an SIT to monitor the CBI, the Supreme Court instead directed the CVC to monitor the CBI. Does that not mean that the court does not support the aspersions that have been cast by everyone, including Subramaniam Swamy, on the CBI?
On the
CBI.
Does not
the court does not support the aspersions. Does that not mean that the court does not support the aspersions that have been cast by Subramaniam Swamy and all the BJP on its investigations?
No, but the court has been very clear. Now, if you've read the entire judgment, the court has been very clear that after December 2010, the CBI has behaved itself. It made an observation in that same paragraph that prior to that, the CBI was extremely slow off the blocks. But after 16th October, we find that its conduct has been okay. But notwithstanding that fact, since there are very influential people involved in the case, we still want the CBI to submit its reports to the CVC, and the CVC will then forward its observations on those reports within 1 week to the Supreme Court. So, while the CBI has temporarily been let off the hook in terms of its credibility, only because it has on probation behaved well.
No. What's it? Kumar Ketkar is responding.
Supreme Court has not cast any aspersion on CBI. It has said no to SIT. It has made it very clear that CBI is not guilty at all of having any bias, and whatever slowness or other attributes were given to about CBI, I think they have been generally accepted, which can be taken about any institution in the country. So I don't think the Supreme Court has condemned CBI the way Subramaniam Swamy and the BJP thought it could be condemned in the Lokpal debate. In the Lokpal debate, every time the argument was, in the Lokpal debate, the argument was that CBI is the main party which is always guilty, biased and deserve to be punished and deserve to be thrown out, and independent CBI needs to be made. Supreme Court today does not approve of that statement.
I'm afraid you are defending the CBI on an extremely narrow premise and very little evidence. One case doesn't establish the entire character of the CBI. And by the way, the Supreme Court has said that in this matter, the CBI did not perform its duty initially, and implicitly the Supreme Court has said the CBI has only performed its duty after the Supreme Court started monitoring the case. The CBI has behaved itself because it has the constant glare of the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is still left a legacy for the CBI. It has said that you will now be monitored by the Supreme Court through the CBC.
Mahesh, 1 minute, Mahesh Jetmalani. Hear the part of the judgment.
Mahesh, don't read it the way you want it to be read. What is clear and what is clearly written should be read. Clearly, the court has said the direction shall not. The direction shall not.
Let him complete.
The direction shall not in any manner be construed as a reflection on the integrity, as the integrity of the investigation so far done by the team of CBI and other investigative agency, of which may be done in future, or their competence to effectively perform the job in relation to 2G case. This is in plea demanding an SIT to monitor. This was in plea to demanding SIT to monitor. So I think it is very clear, categorical, and without any doubt.
No. I am sorry. First of all, it is only talking about the CBI's conduct in this case, and in an earlier paragraph, they have categorically said, don't just read the last conclusion. In the earlier paragraph, they had categorically said that the CBI was initially slow to investigate.
Said
that categorically.
Yes, but no, 1 second. It admits. No, 1 second. You're looking at it selectively. Ranjit Kumar, isn't Mahesh Jetmalani looking at it selectively? It says initially it did not do the probe, but later on the investigation was fine.
The FIR was lodged in 2009 October, and for 1 year nothing happened till the court was moved.
Correct.
So till the court was moved, CBI was doing nothing for 1 year. Then when the court intervened and started saying, what are they doing? And asked for reports, then they started submitting reports, and things went on from there. So both the things have to be seen in their clear perspective. It may not be a tainted, investigation.
The question of whether the glass is half full or half empty or not.
Navika, yes. No, it's not a question only of that, is it?
You can't have a slowdown. You can't connect the slowdown of the investigation and to academic kind of casting.
Sir, I am simply making a point.
Do it properly.
So I am simply making a point to you and the esteemed lawyers on the panel, Mahesh Jetmalani and to Ranjit Kumar, that the kind of sweeping aspersions that have been made by Subramaniam Swamy and Mahesh Jetmalani on the CBI have not been upheld by the Supreme Court today. And Mr. Jetmalani, you are finding it a bitter pill to swallow that. But that's the fact.
The Supreme Court
that's one whole judgment on that.
The Supreme Court is only saying...
as usual, you are putting words in my mouth which you will never be able to read.
I can't. I'm quoting the Supreme Court verdict.
All your programs. I am quite used to what you're doing. But let me tell you,
quoting the Supreme Court verdict.
But Arnab, that only applies to the conduct of the Supreme Court in this 2G case.
Yes.
Arnab.
Yes, I am talking of the 2G case.
My observations on the CBI and the CBI having to come under the Lokpal don't depend only on this one case.
Sir,
and even in this case, it is implicit in the Supreme Court judgment that they were initially slow off the blocks, and as Ranjit Kumar pointed out, they only investigated when they were monitored by
No, 1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. I will pull out the part, sir.
I think you are being too charitable to the...
No, sir.
Best known to you, you are being too charitable to the CBI.
No. I have no reason to be charitable to the CBI, sir. The CBI knows we are hardly charitable to them, but I have to read the court. Unlike you, I don't have the liberty to misconstrue what is on court. I will pick it up. I'll show you the paper today, page number 11. Page number 10, para number 11. You have not...
All right. I will get the judgment and come back in a minute.
No, you don't have to. I'll read you what's in the judgment. I'll read to you what's in the judgment.
You will not read the part I am referring to.
No, there's no other part. Okay, you can get your part. We can match the papers right here, right now.
Yes. 1 minute, Arnab, bear with me.
Okay, you're going back to get the judgment. Fine. You will be proven wrong on this. But I give you 30 seconds to come back. Please come back. Don't run away from the show. Navika Kumar, you say it's half full, half empty. I don't know how you can misinterpret what is written by the Supreme Court. I really wonder tonight which piece of paper Mr. Jethmalani is coming back with.
Arnab, look at what the Supreme Court has said very, very objectively. What the Supreme Court has said, that while there's no reason to completely disbelieve the CBI at this stage, it has been going ahead with the investigations. They've said there is no need for an external SIT. Exactly. But what the Supreme Court has also said on the side is that they continue to monitor the CBI, and that also through another statutory body, which is the CVC, which will submit reports of the CBI in a sealed cover. So while the CBI has been allowed to go ahead to do its job, it's not been pulled up because there's no SIT over it, yet there is another body already created by the government. The selection of the CBI director happens through the CVC. This CVC will overlook the investigations of the CBI and it will report to the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court has kept its own stranglehold over the CBI through the CVC. So to that extent, the CBI cannot rejoice in this entire thing that they've been left alone. There is no SIT. It's only a limited celebration that the CBI can go through.
Well, our viewers are asking if Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani has left the scene.
Navika.
No, I just want to know where Mr. Okay, he's back. Mahesh Jethmalani is back. Ranjit Kumar, yes.
I want to add the fact that Supreme Court is will continue to monitor the investigation till its rightful conclusion itself shows that there is a hold on the CBI.
Not set up an SIT.
Cannot drag its feet.
But not set up an SIT. They not set up an SIT, which was what the petitioners demanded.
The CVC is powerful enough to be more than the SIT itself.
Okay, Mr. Jethmalani is back.
Constitutional body.
Mr. Jethmalani is back and he's just going to admit tonight, right here on the news hour, that he did not read page 10, para 11, where it is said very clearly, Mr. Jethmalani, that the CBI has satisfactorily conducted the investigation. In plain English. I'm sure you're reading it.
Arnab,
Okay.
Arnab, you are running away from the main point. Now read paragraph 11 from the beginning. Don't read it mid-sentence.
No, I have no intention.
Read it from the beginning and I'll read it for you because you will refuse to read it. Although, please listen to this. Although initially the CBI may not have taken up the matter relating to investigation of 2G case with requisite seriousness.
Initially.
After 16 December 2010, it has satisfactorily conducted the investigation.
Yeah, exactly the point I made. That's precisely the point I made. Therefore, and please continue to read, Mr. Jethmalani. Don't stop there, right there.
Yes.
The next line, Mr. Jethmalani says, therefore, there is no justification to appoint a group of persons to directly or indirectly scrutinize or supervise the further investigation being conducted by the CBI or the other agencies.
Yes.
It says that.
Now read further.
I read further.
Read further.
However, keeping in view the nature and involvement of a large number of influential persons, we feel it will be appropriate to require the CVC or the CVC appointed under so-and-so to render assistance to the court. The CBI anyway comes under the CVC, so the point is made.
1 minute. To the court in effectively monitoring the future investigation of the case.
Well, Mr.
So the CBI is not off the hook, Arnab.
Mr. Jethmalani, the glass is half empty for you tonight. As far as this case is concerned, it may be 3/4 empty for you. I'll leave it there. But our viewers will follow the story on the internet. Navika says half full, half empty. I enjoyed this sparring, gentlemen. The fact of the matter tonight is this, however, that there is one man called Subramaniam Swamy who has been described today by Cho Ramaswamy as the man of the series. He's joining us on the other side on our debate number 2 tonight. Is the UPA on the defensive?
I would add that even Center for Public Interest Litigation has done a good job.
Center for Public Interest Litigation.
Alone.
Yes, absolutely. Prashant Bhushan
also has done a good job.
They have done a fairly good job as far as this story is concerned. The story is moving. Correct. It's moving in a big way. Big development on Saturday. For now, I thank our panelists for joining me and to Navika Kumar for joining me on debate number 1.